Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic, big story coming out of Jerusalem. This actually happened yesterday. Jewish prayer legal on the Temple Mount. Scripture reference, we're going to go to Isaiah 2, verses 2 through 4. It shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains, and shall be lifted up above the hills. And all nations shall flow to it, and many people shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, that he may teach us his ways, and that we may walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between the nations, and shall decide disputes for many peoples. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Now, this obviously hasn't happened yet, but what happened yesterday is taking a step toward the idea of a temple being built on the Temple Mount, and that house of the Lord and to the house of the God of Jacob would be the temple. And come, let us go up to the mountain. That would be the Temple Mount, that he, Jesus, may teach us his ways, and that we may walk in his paths. And that's referring to Jesus when he comes back. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord. That's another name. He's the word, the Logos in the New Testament. From Jerusalem he shall judge between nations. Screams Jesus. We're not there yet. But you can see things are changing over there in Jerusalem. And the idea of being able to pray, a Jewish man, woman being able to pray, is now legal or declared legal on the Temple Mount. Jerusalem Magistrate's Court Judge Bilha Yahalom rescinded a restraining order that was given to Rabbi Aryeh Lipo last Yom Kippur for praying silently on the Temple Mount. And here's a picture of the judge. And here's some Jews who have been praying up on the Temple Mount. Now, this has been going on for some time, praying quietly. I mean, that's the whole idea. You could just sit there, be at your own thoughts. How would somebody know that you're praying up there? You can walk around and keep your eyes open and talk to God about stuff. Just something to think about. But anyway, the appellant, Rabbi Lipo, is on the Temple Mount. Let me back that up. Here are the statements given by Judge Yahalom in regards to her judgment. And the appellant, Rabbi Lipo, is on the Temple Mount on a daily basis and is familiar with the accepted procedures at the place, and indeed admits that he prayed there. In this sense, it is clear why the respondent, and that's the Israeli police, is apprehensive and why it ordered the removal. On the other hand, it is precisely his daily arrival at the Temple Mount that indicates that this is a matter of principle and substance for him. So his consistency is essentially what bore out to the judge. And she went on to further comment and make in her statement, the video I reviewed shows that the appellant was standing in a corner with a friend or two next to him. There's no crowd around him. His prayer was silent, a whisper. On the face of it, I did not find the external and visible signs of religious activity were carried out by the appellant. Now, who knows what religious activities are? Not drawing any unnecessary attention to himself, I guess, was the idea. But at any rate, the respondent, that'd be the police force in Israel, does not dispute that the appellant, like many others, prays on a daily basis on the Temple Mount, and this activity in itself does not violate police instructions. Okay. Now, oh boy, how is this coalition of change government, led by Naftali Bennett, going to handle this? I mean, just think about all the different parties involved in this, quote, change government. You got Orthodox Jews, far left socialists. You got a Muslim from the Ra'am party, I mean, you have a hodgepodge of social and political individuals that formed this coalition, which effectively was anything but Netanyahu. I mean, how are they going to handle it? How are the people going to handle it? And I mean, let's face it, the Temple Mount is a very sensitive piece of real estate. So if you want to read more details, this is starting to creep out on multiple sites. I chose jewishpress.com. Bombshell Jerusalem court approves Jewish prayer on the Temple Mount. This was picked up by none other than the Anadolu Agency, state-run press out of Turkey. They did not find this a very favorable ruling. And Middle East Eye also picked up on it. Now, they all wanted to emphasize that this is an abomination of the so-called claim that the Jewish temple was once in existence, and they have to, if they're going to pray, they have to pray in silence. And unacceptable, of course, in many corners. It doesn't take much for people to get real fired up and excited, which leads to violence up there. So keep your eye on the Temple Mount. But you got more Jews visiting the Temple Mount. They've been told it's okay to go up there and pray. Just pray to yourself or pray to God. Just be quiet, be silent. It's okay to have a silent prayer, but don't go up there and make a spectacle of it and try to draw attention and, rub somebody's nose in it or whatever. Interesting stuff. I'm sure we've not heard the last of this, but it's out there. It's legal to pray on the Temple Mount. You can do it in quiet. We'll see what happens. Definitely keeping an eye on it. Now, if y'all enjoy this, please feel free to share with others at PaulthePoke.com. This is also going to be posted under the category Prophecy Temple Mountain Trend Update. There are your tags. You can find these over here on the far right hand column, these different categories. So pretty good news story. Pretty good news story. Sign of the times. Crazy things keep happening. At any rate, appreciate you guys following along. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.